Today, I want to talk about the 3 sales cycles in your healthcare business, and probably pertains especially to chiros, to PTs, physiotherapists, and I'd say this applies to dentists and probably dermatologists too, to be totally honest. I had an interesting discussion on one of the social media, I think it was Facebook, one of the social media platforms, right? And it was about sales and hiring salespeople or getting salespeople to train your business, train people in your business, which of course I'm a big fan of. Of course, I'm a big fan of hiring people who've actually been in healthcare and done a shitload of sales training and figured out they were salespeople and now understand the sales processes, right? And the steps to successful selling. So if you need a guy, I know a guy. So yeah, but I went in there, it was like hire salespeople to answer the phones, hire a salesperson to do the training, get it. Which then, of course, there were other discussions that kicked up, right? And it's interesting because then this morning I'm reading on social media about someone talking about managing patients' expectations. And I responded about how it's important to do A, B, and C. And they said, yeah, well, me. And it's a provider. And I'm like, I get all that, yet we could solve all that by setting an expectation upstream when they schedule. It's that simple. So it's not more work by the providers. Right? And this is important, this 3 sales systems, because let's be honest, our 3 sales cycles. Let's be honest, most people think the only sales cycle is a fucking evaluation, right? Is that first visit, right? What do? You cram people on a schedule. You tell them when to show up. You got an hour. And then, right, the patient. Then we go to the PT and go, you got an hour. By the way, build trust, build an alliance, manage and set expectations, by the way, on shit you have no idea, get their goals, right? Make sure they know you're the expert, take them through an evaluation, tell them what's wrong, take them through an assessment, tell them what the plan is, put a plan of care in front of them, maybe tell them the price, maybe not. They probably don't even know their price yet, and then get them booked out. 1 hour, go. Hey, Jerry, noticed your evaluation didn't book out. What's the problem? It's like, what's the problem? It's like, you forgot the other sales cycles in the business. That's the problem. But no, every PT wants to internalize all this, right? Which leads to burnout. Yeah, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. I'm like, you don't have to do that. Or you have to do just a little bit because most of the work was done before. We must look at this patient's journey within your business, right? I'm not going to go into this deep because I've done this a million times. You must understand your patient's journey in your business, and then you overlay it with the flow or foundation of a successful business, which is marketing, sales, retention, and then, like some people say, excite, and then referral. All anybody ever thinks about is marketing and then the evaluation. And you've left all this other stuff out, and you don't understand the process of someone moving through their life cycle within your business. That involves marketing, that involves sales. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's 3 sales cycles in there, right? And then we got to ask for referrals. We got to get referrals from happy paying customers, people who arrive, pay, stay, and do your marketing with you. So I'm going to tell you, here's something else I'm going to throw out there. And this sales impacts your marketing more than anything else. Understanding your sales systems and sales process will impact your marketing more than anything else you can do. More marketing does not impact your marketing. The feedback from a proper sales system will leverage your marketing like you've never seen. So the default cannot be more marketing, people. Stop it. You cannot add more marketing until you understand the sales cycles, the retention process, the referral process. Then go put the marketing in. Because you can go to your sales team and go, I need this data on every Friday. By the way, you know what data you need every Friday? Leads scheduled, leads arrived, leads source, cancels, drop-offs, no-shows. That's it. Those 5 things I think I just said will run your whole business. And I tell you, if you only measure one, sorry, you got to measure more one. If you only measure 3, leads, arrive, drop off. That will tell you more about the health of your business at any given time, on any given day, at any different moment, at any given moment. Leads, arrive, drop off. Boom, we're done. That I could break down anything in your business from that. You give me those other 5, we'll freaking break down everything. We'll solve. I'm going to say this: we'll solve all your problems if you want to do the work to solve your problems. All right. I've got to go there, man. This is getting tiresome. More and more and more Facebook, marketing companies, marketing agencies, more and more and more. I'm like, if you don't know your sales cycle, by the way, if you join a marketing group, but by the way, this is beautiful. We'll do all your ads for free for the first month. And I'm like, free. Putting people into a system that doesn't understand sales and retention is a waste of time and energy. And then you're going to look at those results and go, cool, now I'll spend my money to do what? To add more marketing to a system where you don't understand sales and retention and referral and how to manage. By the way, a system where you understand marketing, sales, retention, and referral is managing someone through a course of care, is managing a potential patient from first contact, sales, until completed plan of care, retention and referral with more sales cycles. I tell you right now, if there's one video, if everybody takes this and breaks this down and just takes 1 or 2 things from it, right? I just said your patient life cycle overlaid by the flow of the business. If you don't understand your patient life cycle, start there. You then look at how the flow of the business, the template of the business, overlays your patient life cycle. That's step 2. Step 3 is now start to understand the connectedness. You guys have heard this, your business as an ecosystem, the connectedness of all these systems and processes and steps. This is where everybody loses out. The information you gather in that first sales cycle is huge for success in the second sales cycle. What you gather in the first sales cycle, the data, is hugely successful for the third sales cycle. Number 2 feeds into number 3. Can you guys see a pattern here? And then all 3 of those sales cycles feed back into your marketing. Better marketing, not more marketing, right? You need more patients, more potential clients contacting you who are the right fit. You don't need more leads. We'll get you more leads. I don't want more leads. I don't want more leads. I'm going through that with my own business right now. I don't want more leads. Nothing is about more. It's about the right fit. And only once I examine the people that move through my life cycle with me personally, with my consulting and everything, and then I can feed back into, I'm doing this currently. What do I want to put out there? What do I want people to see to say, that's me, and I want to engage with Jerry? And then I get 5 leads, and 3 of them convert. Instead of 10 leads, and 2 of them convert. By the way, a lot of time, money, and energy to manage 10 leads when only 2 of them convert. I'm not about getting 1 million freaking leads so I can convert 2%. Rather have 1,000 leads and convert 50%. I don't even know the math on that. I don't want to chase a bunch of leads. Neither should you, and neither should your front desk, and neither should your marketing team, and neither should your providers, man. Right? And so if you understand these 3 sales cycles, then you can improve your marketing. So again, if you don't understand how your sales system, don't sign up with any marketing groups. If they promise to do your sales for you and you don't understand your sales systems, good luck. The 3 sales cycles in your business. Number 1, first phone call, getting someone to arrive and pay. That's sales cycle number 1 with the objective. It's that simple. When someone first contacts you or you contact them, when someone first raises their hand, the ultimate objective today, tomorrow, and 3 months is to get that person to arrive and pay. Now, you just heard something broad, and we're not going to go into that today. The sales, the length, right? I didn't say the length, right? I said the ultimate goal is arrive and pay. Some people will arrive and pay this week. Some people will arrive and pay in 3 months. Some people will arrive and pay in 6 months. Sales cycle number one is first contact to arrival and pay. Now, sales cycle, and again, I want you to be thinking about this. The data you collect in sales cycle number one goes into set up success and meet the objective of sales cycle number two and sales cycle number three. Sales cycle number two is the evaluation, is the initial assessment. By the way, a free discovery visit is not sales cycle number one. Is not sales cycle number two. A free discovery visit with the expert is sales cycle number one. They have not arrived and paid. Everybody thinks their fucking job's over. Free discovery visit. I'm like, wow, how's that working out, right? You must understand the sales cycle and where these fit. A paid assessment and a paid discovery visit, right? That's the beginning of sales cycle number two, but now sales cycle number two has been lengthened. This is why I like the idea, right? Yes, there is a place for no charge visits. There's a place for no charge assessments. But more of that should be done on the phone instead of in person as part of sales cycle number one. Sales cycle number two, potential patient, still potential patient. It's not a client yet, right? They walk into the room, sales cycle number two starts. When they are agreeing to pay. It's arrive and pay. The goal of that is to get them to agree to a plan of care, is to move them through that, I'm going to say an hour, get agreement on a plan of care and get scheduled. Doesn't have to be scheduled out, just has to be scheduled. Agreement, right? This is the right place, and then they pay on the way out. The data and information collected in sales cycle two, this is where again, these are broken up. These are completely different sales cycles. Number three starts at the end of the evaluation, setting up the next visit. Sales cycle number three is every fucking visit and how it's managed to remind people why they're there and why they should come for the next one. As you move people to a completed plan of care. The objective is a completed plan of care. Now, little asterisk, I'm not going to talk about this either. Completed plan of care could be you sending the person back to the doctor, right? Doing what's best for the patient in a mutual conversation is a completed plan of care. So that's all I'm going to go in there. You get to define. I mean, there's basically like 3 or 4 things, right? Someone not getting better, getting sent back to the doctor or getting sent to another provider is a completed plan of care. 3 sales cycles. Number one is the initial contact, and the objective is arrive and pay. It's funny, nobody will tell you, if I ask you what's the longest sales cycle in your business, probably people tell me course of care, like not even close. It's number one. It also has the potential to be the shortest sales cycle, arrive and pay. Sales cycle number 2, objective, agreed upon and scheduled plan of care. Sales cycle number 3, completed plan of care. So understanding, again, we're not going to go too deep, but a free discovery visit, right? Where's that fit? Right? I see too many people celebrating it. Oh, and front desk people, man, I'm working with a couple clients. Front desk people think their job is to set people up for a free visit. I'm like, no. Still part of sales cycle number 1. You still own it, right? We've asked the provider to come in and assist us to reach our objective, our KPI of arrive and pay. So we've added extra layers, free discovery visits and assessments and stuff like that, add an extra layer of complexity and uncertainty. Nobody's expecting anything for free. As soon as you say free, whoop, spidey senses go way up, right? So understanding the 3 sales cycles and then backing up and going, ooh, where do these assessments fit? Where does a chart, where does a, right? Where does this stuff on, where does a $47 assessment fit in your sales cycle when actually arrive and pay, right? When paying, you're going to tell them it costs them $197. I'm like, where does that fit? Should say arrive and paid in full. Every time I have trouble with, I run into clinics that are doing Facebook ads with $47 assessments. We do one of 2 things. That's not on the provider again. Some of it is, but I go upstream. How are we going to set context for this $47 price? Setting context for this $47 price is you understanding that this sales cycle is not complete till they agree to arrive and pay ... full price. I don't put that on the PT. The PT is going to do the same thing regardless of price, cost. So I go back, how do we set context for a $47 visit when you're going to ask them for $197? The success is understanding that this is sales cycle number one. We got to go upstream. Just some examples, right? And then what do we need to do during this? What information needs to carry over? What information needs to carry over to every day, right? And I've mapped all this stuff out. I call it the rules of engagement, right? These are the systems I help people build out. These are the systems that will decrease your drop-offs. These are the systems that will decrease your cancel rate. These are the systems that will improve a completed plan of care with doing nothing clinically, with understanding the foundation of a successful business and where sales fits in this process. Better sales leads to better retention. Better sales leads to better marketing. Better marketing leads to better sales, which leads to better retention. You cannot just do marketing. 3 sales cycles in your physio / chiro / dental, anybody who's pitching, right? More than one visit, rightfully so. And I'm not here to talk clinical. I'm here to talk about setting each of these sales cycles up for success. The front desk and what happens before they arrive, that sales cycle has more impact, get ready, on cancels, no-shows, and drop-offs than anything you can do after they arrive. 100%. All right, cool. This is good. Tell you, man, there's a lot of value in this one today. Right. There's a lot of value always, but you could take bits of this and just work on pieces. Again, I just gave you 20 plus years of all my mistakes, all my learning, of all the work I now plan into other companies so they can freaking scale up and grow. Just talked to a clinic owner I've been working with. He's like, yeah, we're up $18,000 a month, right, with pulling all this stuff together. I was like, what? He goes, yeah, we're up $18,000 a month by understanding all these things I just told you about. By the way, no new marketing. We're up $18,000 a month. No new marketing. They understand it. They put it together. They got their team together. They made sure everybody understands their role in this. $18,000 a month in their business. No new marketing. That was value that was in the business. That's what kills me. It was there. They put the systems in place and the accountabilities, and now they're pulling it out with no new spins. This is the same team. Their only spend is me. And I guarantee you the ROI on this is insane, because as soon as they say that, I'm like, I'm under billing. You're making damn near or it probably is, I'm not a math guy, somewhere close to $200,000 more a year. By the way, when someone shows up to buy them and they have that extra, because they didn't have before, $200,000 on the top line, they'll get paid out for that. Don't work with me. Someone shows up to buy them, they don't get paid out for that. I show up and help the guys who bought you suck that extra $200,000 out of you. That's a little scary. This is complete above level stuff. This isn't fear. This isn't anything. I'm helping people buying clinics, implementing the same things I just told you. What do? I go in with this marketing, sales, retention mindset. So you invest now, or I get it for someone else. It's pretty interesting, man. It's pretty scary. I'd rather do it for you. Yeah, if people don't want to do it, I'm like, cool, I'll do it for you. And by the way, I pull it out in 3 or 4 months. These aren't year-long projects, right? I say $18,000 a month. So we just got to get that machine going. By what? Bringing those rules of engagement in. It's the systems, it's the processes, and it's the connectedness of, okay, here's what happens on the first phone call. Here's what happens from first phone call to arrival. Here's what happens now. Here, providers, this is how you take that information and you implement it. And then here's how you implement all that information on every visit. By the way, it's only like, I can't believe it. It's like 20 years of work. It's like 6 pieces of paper, all nicely formatted. It's not long novels. It's all spaced properly. Here's another key trick. You roll it out during the hiring process. You want to be in a system like this. You want to be part of a team. You want to not have to build trust, build alliance, do blah, 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 blah in an hour. You want people upstream that are helping you do this. Boom. It's a culture. It's a culture thing. I used to hate that word. The rules of engagement, the rules of patient engagement I put together is a culture. It's the culture. It's the culture of how we manage our clients. How we manage our potential clients and patients all the way through until they are happy. And by the way, because I call that end result a happy patient, a happy client. That's how I defined it. Because people don't have to get better to be happy, right? Talked about a complete course of care. If they felt taken care of, they're happy. Sweet. 3 sales cycles and how this all fits into your business. Cheers all.